Alrighty guys, so before this video begins, this is a massive disclaimer. View at your own risk. It's nothing like rated R or anything like that. It's just that the audio quality is up and down throughout the video just because I got this new mic and it's a good mic, and so the wind is blowing on it outside and I didn't notice it until I was editing the video after. So view at your own risk. If you don't mind the audio and you want to see some pretty cool action figures from Ringside Collectibles, where you could use discount code Tanner to save 10% at checkout, then check out this video. Otherwise, I don't give a damn. Click off the video if it bothers you that much. But enjoy the video. What's up guys, WWE Fan Talk here. Today I am here somewhere in paradise at an undisclosed location, and we have an awesome lineup of the Series 1 Ultimate UFC figures. We're going to get them all cracked open and we're going to get a detailed look at each and every one of them. So let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, so we're going to start off with the first figure here in the UFC lineup. We have Amanda Nunes, and this figure looks freaking awesome. We're going to get her cracked open. She comes with 2 UFC championships and a cool looking attire and some interchangeable hands. And we're going to get a closer look at Amanda Nunes. Alrighty guys, so we're getting a more detailed look at Amanda Nunes over here. She comes with 2 UFC championships. I'm not exactly sure what the names of these titles are. I assume it's like the women's heavyweight championships. I'm not sure, but I can tell that this is the kind of like outdated, the older version of the UFC championship, and I believe this is the newer version, and I think that looks absolutely badass, as well as the older one as well. That looks pretty cool. But this figure is absolutely detailed. It comes with a good amount of accessories. We get fists. Of course, you're going to need fists. This is the UFC. They punch each other, they tackle each other, beat each other down, so I think that's pretty sick that we get those fists. We also get the Brazilian flag representing where she is from, so that's pretty cool. And then getting the titles down. These are basically exactly like the Mattel and the Jazzwares championships, so that's pretty cool that we're getting that. They even got the gold tip on there, which is kind of cool. But as for the detail on Amanda Nunes, we get a nice hair cut right there with the braids and stuff, looking very nice. We get that face sculpt, looks just like her. We also get that the top right here with the UFC. It's kind of like roughed up. I like the design up there. It's kind of cool. And then we get an awesome tattoo with some detail. Same with the back. And I'm not sure exactly what this is. It looks like a beast or something. As well as like a key. And we also get double jointed elbow joints, which is pretty neat. As for the shorts, it says Nunes, UFC, and it has that cool detail all around. As well as double jointed knees, ankle pivot, and basically Jazzwares rotation, articulation, and all that great stuff. So there's the Amanda Nunes, absolutely outstanding figure, and it just goes to show that Jazzwares is doing a good job at making women's figures. So lesson learned to Mattel. Maybe that's something that they can take from Jazzwares, is like making these figures feel good. Like this feels like a good figure. Like usually Mattel, like the male figures feel better. I don't know why. Maybe they're bigger and like it just, they don't feel like they're gonna break, where sometimes with the women's figures in Mattel, they make them kind of small, but this one doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It feels like great quality, and it's just an awesome badass figure. So there's Amanda Nunes. Alrighty guys, next up we have the big boy, Francis Ingano. I hope I'm saying that right. Looks about right to me, but this guy is an absolute beast, and I cannot wait to see what kind of AEW figures we get with this kind of formula for, or the torso choice and all that kind of stuff. So let's get him cracked open and let's see Francis. Alrighty, so we're gonna get a detailed look at Francis Ngannou right here, and this guy is an absolute beast. He looks super tall. I'm not exactly sure how tall he is. Maybe it says on the back. It says that he, actually I don't think it says how tall he is. Whatever. Super cool though. They got a bunch of stats on the back of the box. We'll take a look at that later. But Francis, it looks like he's featuring that Jon Moxley torso right there that we got on the Jon Moxley. I didn't see that before. We also get that cool design on the yellow shorts. UFC logo. It's got his last name on there, and it's just a fantastic looking figure. That head sculpt looks just like him as well. They're doing a great job with the head sculpts. We got that nice design on the side of his hair. I could tell that this is probably dyed blonde. It looks just kind of weird because it's on figure form. They can't really replicate it all too well. But the top of the hair looks great. We do get 2 fisted hands as well as 2 pointed hands, which looks cool. It's neat. And then we also get an alternate head scan with a more mad, maybe like mid-fight kind of look. So that's pretty cool. The Francis Ngannou looks great. Pretty much the same articulation as the AEW figures. All articulation looks great. This figure doesn't feel cheap. It feels nice and, I don't know, good quality. So there's the Francis Ngannou. Alrighty guys, so next up we have the George Mas Vidal right there, and he looks absolutely sick. This guy looks super scary. And he's got that maroon trunks right there. He's got the BMF championship and all these great pieces of accessories and all the great stuff in this package. So we're going to get a cracked open, a detailed look right now. He's got his championship right there, the BMF championship. I believe that means badass MFer. I think we all know what that means. I'm not going to say it on here, but MFer, I think we all know what that means. But that's kind of a cool championship. It's silver. It says BMF on it. It's kind of a cool gimmicky championship. I'm not sure if this is a legit championship in the sport, but I think that's cool how they gave us that. So awesome title. He also gets a extra head scan with his hair braided back, which looks super sick. And then we get the man bun in the back, which I think looks better. As you know, I used to have long hair, so of course I like this one more. Got his beard, looks like a badass. I believe this is the Darby Allin / Orange Cassidy body torso, so super, super cool. We also get the maroon trunks, UFC on the side, nothing on the butt, and then Mas Vidal on the side. And yeah, super cool figure, and I'm super excited to have him in my collection because I've done a little bit more research on him, and I know that he's a badass. So there is his action figure, super cool. Alrighty, so next up we have Uriah Faber right here, and I've done some research on him, and he is a badass as well. I can't wait to get his figure open, and let's get a deeper and closer look at this figure. Alrighty guys, so we have Uriah Faber right here, and this guy is probably the best one so far just because he has a really cool looking cloth jacket. It says Uriah Faber on the back, nicely printed. It says USA, so that's where he's from, the United States. And he's got these cool pockets on his hoodie right here. And I don't think his hands actually go in there, but that's cool how they did that little sculpting detail. Can take the hood off to see his face. And this is just like a super cool figure. I know these are UFC figures and they're supposed to be in like their fighting pose, but like if you want to display this figure, I think it looks cool with the hoodie on because that's just like one of the coolest accessories ever. And then we get his braided head sculpt, which I probably won't display him with just because it kind of looks strange, but looks just like him. And then he comes with the open hands, which is kind of cool as well. And then some fisted hands. But that is Uriah Faber. Nothing really else on the torso. It's just, once again, I believe this is the Darby Allin torso. He does have some cool grayish black trunks with the same exact pattern as the other figures, UFC on the side, and then it says his name right there. So, super cool. Uriah Faber, absolutely dope. 10 out of 10. Let's move on. Next up, we have Israel Adesanya right here, and this guy's a beast. Comes with the championship, and let's get him cracked open. Next up, we have Israel Adesanya right here, and this figure is absolutely sick. I have seen him fight before, and I do recognize him. First up, we have an accessory. This is the New Zealand flag right here. I know that he is a Nigerian New Zealand fighter, so that's pretty cool that he comes with the flag. He does come with an alternate head sculpt. This is actually the head sculpt he came with. The alternate head sculpt is up here, but this is a cool head sculpt. The alternate one has a pair of sunglasses, and they are not attached. You can remove them. So there's his face. I actually do prefer this head sculpt, and you can put him on here if you want to, but that's pretty cool. He does come with a pair of fists, so when he's fighting, you can pose him up with the fists. Comes with a pair of grappling hands. You can probably pose him with the championship or just grappling with his opponent. And then he does come with the UFC, I don't know if this is the light heavyweight championship or whatever it's called. But that is super sick that we're getting that title. And then getting a closer look at Israel right here. He has a ton of great tattoos. It says Broken Native. All these symbols and tattoos all around his body. I don't know, that kind of looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex on the back. That's kind of cool. We get his trunks right here with that grayish black design. UFC on the side, nothing on the back, and then his last name Adesanya right there. And this figure is just super dope. On the inner thigh right here, we do get all the information and stuff. It's not at the bottom of their feet, so I don't know why they did that. But this is overall a cool figure, and I'm glad to have him in my collection. It's cool to have him in my collection. I don't know, that kind of looks loose. It's cool to have him in my collection because he is one of the fighters I did recognize when the series was announced, and I'm glad I have him as one of my first UFC figures. But this championship looks super cool on the dude. I believe he is the current champion. I could be wrong, but I believe he is. So leave some more information about Israel Adesanya if you know more about him. So super cool figure. And the final figure, the first figure in the set, number 1, we have everybody's favorite Conor McGregor right here. So let's get him cracked open. So we have Conor McGregor right here, one of the most recognized UFC fighters of all time, I'd say. And we have the figure right here, and it looks absolutely dope. The only thing I can complain about it is that he looks super, super pale. And I get that he is kind of pale because he's from Ireland, but it just kind of looks like plasticky pale. So maybe that's something they could work on eventually. But he does come with 2 heavyweight championships. I believe they are heavyweight championships. If I could read in the fine print, it says Ultimate Fighting Championship. So UFC Championship, I guess you could say. But yeah, super cool belt. I'm sure they have more specific names. I do remember him holding both belts at a time. But it does come with 2, so that's pretty cool. We get interchangeable hands. We get the gripping, or I guess in wrestling you call these the choke slamming hands, but that's super cool that we're getting these. It does come with an alternate smiling head sculpt. Kind of a douchebaggy look. You know that he's a douchebag. And then you have the Ireland flag right there, which is super neat. And then getting a closer look at McGregor, he has all of his classic tattoos right there. I don't know how to describe them. That looks like a flying monkey or a gorilla or maybe a tiger, or not, maybe I don't even know, a jaguar or something. And then you have a tiger right here with McGregor over it. And then you have the grass. You have a bunch of tattoos on his arm right there. Cool tattoo on the back. Nothing on the right arm. And then you have 2 fisted hands. And out of all the figures, he has the most unique pair of trunks. Everybody has like one base color, and then everything else is the same. He has something different for the most part. UFC, and then something printed on the side. I don't know what that is. Silver, leave it in the comments down below if you know, but it has a cool black design, and then it says McGregor on the side. And there's also a tattoo on his Achilles right there. So, out of all the figures, this is the one I wanted the most because, you know, it's Conor McGregor, and maybe one day we'll see him in wrestling. That might be cool. I think it's been brought up a few times, but this figure is absolutely dope, and out of all the figures, I recommend this one the most. Now let's rank the figures from least to greatest. Coming at the bottom of the list, just because they're at the bottom doesn't mean they're a bad figure, but I'm going to give it to Francis Ingano. This guy is a giant, super jacked, super scary looking dude. Fantastic figure. He's just at the bottom of the list. Next up, we do have Amanda Nunes with her flag, the 2 UFC championships, interchangeable hands, and that's pretty much why she went over Francis, is because she comes with a lot more accessories. Next up, we do have George Mas Vidal right here with the BMF championship in the maroon tights, and it comes with 2 different head sculpts and some different hands, so that's a cool figure. Then I'm going to give it to Uriah Faber right here because he comes with that awesome cloth jacket. And he doesn't come with any titles, but the jacket is super sick, and that's why I gave it to him. And then we're going to give it to Israel Adesanya. This guy is just awesome looking. It looks just like the guy. It comes with the UFC championship, 2 different head sculpts, 2 different pairs of hands, the flag. And then at number 1, we're going to give it to Conor McGregor because he's Conor McGregor, and he's super awesome. He has the flag, different head sculpts, 2 different belts, 2 different pairs of hands, and 2 different head sculpts. So, absolutely sick figure. This is the UFC Ultimate Series lineup. I am super excited maybe for Series 2 to come out. I think that they're going to have to include Conor McGregor or some more famous people. So I'm excited to see if they're going to create a Series 2. That is super cool. These are awesome figures. I can't wait to see more. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video, comment down below. Thanks for watching. WWE Fan Talk Show out.